U.S. T-bills and bonds. We're blowing that out worldwide. You'll now buy your securities that have, quote, government backing by taxpayers directly from the private Federal Reserve. So your World ID card with your credits on it, and people are trying to buy cash, headlights, batteries, toothpaste, everywhere. They're demanding now, even with a $5 purchase, hey, you got to give me your name and number, and that is to get you ready for the cashless society and to destroy the underground economy, because they'll say, wait a minute, you've bought more than what your paycheck says. You must be doing underground barter, and that's why they want to tax the web, and they're now announcing that. So it's all coming into fruition. And then I just posted up on the screen the Kurt Nimmo article, Democrats determined to reimpose fairness doctrine. Look at that Orwellian term. It's like the Patriot Act or the New Freedom Initiative, all taking your freedom. The Daily Post in Palo Alto is reporting what Congress is saying. They do intend to restrict free speech on internet radio, AM and FM, everything. The FCC announcing they will control, quote, speech on the internet. Alan Watt.
Yeah, that's true. And even Google and all the big boys have come out with their main servers saying they're now going to say who will be pushed on the web and all the different search engines and who they will restrict. So this is the censorship already here. But you're right, to do with purchasing. 10 years ago in Canada and most countries across Europe too, suddenly if you bought tires for your car, they would want your full name and address and so on. Now they want to know your vehicle. And I asked a guy in the store, he says, yeah, it's actually the law. He showed me it on the computer. It is the law that they must find out what car you have, its registration number and everything, before you can buy tires.
Amazing. Again, punch up on screen, guys, this article that I put up here. Democrats determined to reimpose fairness doctrine. Going back to the caller, did you have anything else you wanted to add, sir?
Yeah, I was just going to. I was wondering if you guys think that Homeland Security is synonymous with Gestapo, or if Obama's O is synonymous with the very swastika. Was that embraced like Obama is being embraced in pre-Nazi Germany, or?
Well, yes, we're having the same fascistic, basic symbols, basic tribalism. They're bringing us into the crisis, and the message is in the media, Obama is your savior. Just put your trust in him, when he was the biggest cheerleader for the banker takeover. But then I hear the Democrats saying, no, he will save us from the evil bankers. Alan Watt?
Yeah, it is true, too. And his speech at the end of the election, he wore the red and white and black tie. His wife wore red and black, and that's the colors of Nazi fascism, socialism. Yeah.
But it can't be Nazism because he's a black guy. No, it's the corporate fascist model. It's the corporate fascist model, and it can come in Idi Amin. It can come under Hitler. Go ahead, Alan. You were making a point.
Yeah, they love to show you their agenda right in your face, knowing it's like the Masons say, we never speak so openly as when we do in public. The public never understand what they're really hearing or seeing either. But they do show you that in symbols and colors. This is all Pythagorean, the color coding and so on. It goes back for thousands of years. But they do go along with this, and you have to go into Obama's mother to find out why she was raised, what she was trained for, and you'll find that she was trained to be a world revolutionary and actually to literally breed an offspring to be the president one day.
All right, Matt, thank you for the call. Let's go ahead and talk to Chris in Arizona. Chris, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Alex. I've been listening for about, since 2005. I was over in Kuwait for a year, and one of my friends, he's a Iraq vet, and he woke me up to this stuff. I didn't want to believe it at first, but, I've been listening to your radio show, and I got a lot of your videos. And they really woke me up, and I just want to thank you for that, first of all.
Well, don't thank me, sir. My family, myself, your family, Alan, none of us have any future if these social engineers, these madmen, these control freaks, these hyper-dominant people that want to literally kill us and engineer who's left, either they're defeated or we're destroyed. And so don't thank me. I thank God you woke up. Thank God something in your background let you break your conditioning and the false paradigm you were in. So understand, people always thank me for what I'm doing, or thank Alan, or thank others. Listen, we are only doing what a normal person historically would do when faced with this type of attack. I mean, when the globalists openly announce they're waging war against humanity, all I can do is fight back against them. Alan?
We have no choice in the matter. if you truly understand what's happening, you have no choice. You cannot sit with the knowledge. It'll kill you otherwise. You have to get it out there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything else, sir?
Well, I just, one of my friends I work with, he just bought a firearm, and it was one of those big Desert Eagle 50s, And he told me about, next year, the 2009 models are going to have GPSs in them.
Yes.
And so
everything is RFID in the guns. Everything is under Schwarzenegger marking the shell casing. That will then force adoption of that nationwide and worldwide. It's all happening. They're coming for the guns. And people think that's just some archetypal thing I say. The troops are openly been training for decades to door, shut off the food and water, and then 99% of people, on average, they believe, I don't believe that's accurate, more like 90%, will turn their guns in. Then they'll go after the rest of the people. They know who's got guns. It is registration when you fill out the yellow form. It's long gun, shotgun, or handgun, and it's now being prepared. The good news is, though, Alan, and I appreciate your call, sir, the good news is that people have bought the gun stores bare. The ammo has basically been sold out. Record gun purchases, that shows. And then Obama comes out and says, don't worry, I only want to ban some of your guns and restrict some of them. Stop buying guns. And the BATF is now harassing gun dealers and trying to get on the local news, telling people don't buy guns. So it doesn't seem like things are working for them, Alan.
Yeah, they do expect trouble. They do expect the problems. What they're hoping for is, and I don't think they're even hoping for it, they've got it set up already that this rapid reaction force will be pulled in from other countries to deal. See, they don't want to turn. They know that there's going to be a problem down the road if their own people, if your own American soldiers start killing Americans. Eventually, they get to a stage, and they found this in Nazi Germany with the firing squads. They get to a stage where the guys who are killing their own people start to break down, so they prefer to bring in foreign troops to do it. And that's what the whole international rapid reaction forces are all about. The same thing happened in Beijing. China didn't bring in the usual Chinese soldiers. They brought in the ones from the far north, Mongolian types, and they had little in common with the average Chinese and had no problem killing them.
Well, they did that in Poland. They'd bring people from the east to the west and the north to the south. And for those that don't know, when we come back, I'm going to briefly list all the mainstream news, the Pentagon, the British, major war college reports. The biggest Army recruiting centers and Marine centers are in Mexico. They're in the Eastern Europe. They're in the Philippines. So already in our military is a bunch of foreigners. They're also hiring violent felons, foreigners who are aggravated felons for the military. That's Washington Times, Washington Post, both telling you how great it is. They've also signed a deal to use Canadian and Mexican troops in the United States. That's been in the Toronto Star and other publications. Congress said, hey, we weren't consulted earlier this year, and they were told, shut up by Northcom. So they do have foreign troops ready to come, take your guns, and rape and kill you.
May I have everybody's attention, please? I've come with a message of information. 9/11 was an inside job.
Do you like being a puppet, sir? Do you like being a puppet for the New World Order?
How do the American people know that 9/11 was a stage, was engineered by you, David Rockefeller, the Trilateral Commission, the CFR?
Will you please sit down and shut up? The day that we stop asking questions is the day that we have allowed the seeds of despotism to grow at our own door.
7 years after the attacks of September 11th, a global awakening has taken place.
An inside job? How dare you?
If you know that there's treason going on, you can be held accountable for treason yourself.
All hell is breaking loose on 6th Avenue.
And if the government has not told the truth, in 5 years we will be here on the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
Truth Rising. Download the film at prisonplanet.tv right now, or get the DVD at Infowars.com. It's now time to take the revolution to the next level.
The United States seems to be celebrating over its triumph of reducing government debt. But the truth be told, public and private debt increased to a record high in 1999, reaching a peak of $14.8 trillion, marking 10.57% annual increase, outpacing its previous 10 years. The U.S. economy receives its currency by taking on debt through private banking institution called the Federal Reserve System. In the year 2000, debt growth collapsed to only 4.5%. It's bad enough that the U.S. citizens is bound by debt in order to have commerce. However, shocking the economy with a reduction of this magnitude could wipe out years of growth in a stock portfolio. Before you make your next investment decision, get the cold hard facts. Call 1-800-686-2237 for your free report on the outstanding level of public and private debt. You must understand how recession and depression are driven by outstanding debt. Call 1-800-686-2237. That's 1-800-686-2237.